Are you living a just okay life? A job with a steady paycheck, a seemingly safe career path, a life that, to outsiders, looks like you have nothing to complain about. But every morning when you wake up and look in the mirror, a quiet question echoes. Is this really all there is? You're not alone. A study published in Psychology Today revealed that over 70% of men aged 25 to 40 admit they're operating below their true potential. If you see yourself in these words, then the next story might be the key to breaking the invisible chains holding you back. Today, we'll follow the journey of a man once labeled by society as a beggar and how he rebuilt his entire life by changing just one question in his mind. Get ready, because this could be the beginning of a whole new chapter for you. So, what is the root cause of this feeling of stagnation? It's not your job, nor the economy. It lies in a mental trap that 99% of us fall into. From a young age, we are taught to strive, to accumulate, to reach a better degree, a more stable job, a higher position. Our entire lives seem to revolve around one question: what can I get from this world? And in that journey, we gradually become consumers of opportunities, collectors of achievements, yet lose the most important thing, the sense of having the right to make our own choices. This is the mindset of a hidden beggar. Even when you're wearing an expensive suit, you may not be begging for money, but you're begging for chances, for approval, for a better life. You believe you have little to offer, so all you can do is wait and hope. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this: besides the time and labor I'm paid for, what value am I truly giving to the world? The answer might make you think, and that's where Arjun's story begins. Arjun once graduated from college with big dreams, but life threw an unexpected punch. A family business collapse swept everything away: money, plans, pride. Once a promising young man, Arjun found himself on the streets, taking shelter in a hidden corner of the central station. There, he did the only thing he could think of to survive: hold out his hand and beg for compassion from strangers. Each day, he watched thousands of people rush by. They had destinations, they had purpose. His only goal was to collect enough coins for the next meal. The act of begging gave him temporary safety, but it slowly ate away at his soul. Every coin he received felt like a bitter confirmation. You're worthless. You're a burden. He had fully accepted the role of a receiver. Until one day, a chance encounter changed everything. A man in a sharp suit walked past Arjun, then stopped and looked him straight in the eye and asked, "What are you selling?" Arjun was stunned and stammered, "Sir, I'm not selling anything. I'm a beggar." The man replied quietly, "Wrong. Everyone is selling something. You're selling your sad story, your pitiful appearance, in exchange for other people's sympathy. It's still a transaction, but one from a place of weakness. The problem is, you're always focused on what you can get. But have you ever asked yourself, what can I give?" "Give?" Arjun responded bitterly. "Can't you see? I have nothing. I'm a zero." The man shook his head. "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you also have no right to expect anything in return. The world runs on value exchange, not pity. The moment you find something to give, even the smallest thing, come find me. Because I only invest in those who create value, not those who consume pity." Then he turned and walked away, leaving Arjun frozen in the crowd. That sentence struck like a hammer, breaking down the mental walls Arjun had built. If I have nothing to give, why should anyone give anything to me? That night, for the first time in months, Arjun didn't think about tomorrow's meal. He thought about value. What do I truly have? The anger gave way to painful self-reflection. He looked at his hands. They were still strong. He looked at his mind. It still held knowledge from his college days. He wasn't a zero. He had just been acting like one. In desperation, his eyes landed on a small patch of wildflowers by the tracks, tiny, resilient flowers blooming quietly, unnoticed. Then, an idea sparked. I have no money, no status, but I can give a little beauty. The next day, when someone dropped a coin into his hat, instead of bowing silently, he looked them in the eye, smiled, and said, "Thank you for your kindness. May I offer you a flower for a beautiful day?" People's first reaction was surprise. Some even refused, not used to receiving anything from a beggar. But Arjun persisted, and soon something magical began to happen. Those who accepted the flowers smiled, a real smile, not one of pity. The transaction had changed. It was no longer about pity, but a value exchange. He offered a flower, a beautiful moment, and they gave money in return as recognition. That day, he made double the usual amount. But more importantly, he regained his dignity. He stood taller, spoke more confidently. Arjun no longer saw himself as a beggar, but as a provider of beauty. A few weeks later, he built a small stall out of cardboard, displaying bouquets of wildflowers. A few months later, he had saved enough to buy flowers from a wholesale market and opened a real flower booth in the station. 6 months later, no one recognized Arjun, the beggar from the past. Now, he was Arjun the florist, an entrepreneur. One day, he saw the businessman again. This time, Arjun approached him. He held out a vibrant red rose and said, "Sir, today I have something to sell you, and I want to thank you. You didn't give me money, but you gave me something even more valuable, the mindset of someone who gives value." Arjun's story isn't about selling flowers, it's about a foundational shift from the mindset of "what can I get" to "what value can I give?" This is the key to escaping the trap of stability you might be facing. Success doesn't begin with what you receive. It begins with believing you have something to give. When you see yourself as a value creator, you immediately change how you engage with the world. You stop waiting and start acting. So, how can you apply this principle to your life starting today? Here's a 3-step action plan. Step 1. Conduct a personal value audit. Take a sheet of paper and draw 2 columns. In the first column, list what you're currently receiving: salary, benefits, recognition. In the second column, and this is more important, list all the values you can give. Don't just think about technical skills, think broader. Your ability to listen, your experience solving a specific problem, your network, your ability to motivate others, and a creative idea for a teammate's project. You'll be surprised how wealthy you actually are. Step 2. Initiate a micro-value exchange. Don't wait for a big project. Start with the smallest things. Tomorrow, at work, instead of just completing tasks, offer a small solution to a department problem. Instead of casual chit-chat, share a valuable lesson with a junior colleague. Give value before it's requested. Shift from being reactive to being proactive. Step 3. Track your return on value. Each weekend, spend 15 minutes reflecting. What value did I proactively give this week? What did I receive in return? It may not be money. It could be a heartfelt thank you, newfound trust from a superior, or an exciting new opportunity. Track how your internal confidence and influence grow. When you give, you don't lose. You're investing in yourself. Comment below this video, "The value I will give is," and share one specific thing you will do in the next 24 hours. Remember Arjun's story. He didn't change his circumstances overnight. He changed the one thing he could control, his mindset. He turned something as ordinary as a wildflower into a tool to reclaim his self-worth. You, too, have your own wildflowers. They are your knowledge, skills, experiences, and kindness. Don't keep them hidden. Bring them out, offer them to the world, and the world will respond in ways you never imagined. If this story touched you, hit the like button to spread this message. Comment, "I am a value giver," to affirm your commitment, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear this. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video.